Alright, hey guys, Mitch here with the AudioDabbler YouTube channel, and I have a quick tip for you today, and it is going to be on ApeMatrix, which I don't have ApeMatrix pulled up, I have AUM. Why do I have AUM pulled up? Well, stick around and I will show you. Alright, so the reason I have AUM pulled up is because with ApeMatrix, you know, it's a really cool routing and you can do some fun things, and I'm going to do a video on it and show you my favorite implementations of ApeMatrix that, you know, no other app really has done. And with the ease that you can do things with it is just really cool. But if you are, you know, a hardcore audio bus user or a hardcore AUM or AUM, however people want to say it, and you're like, well, why do I need some other app that will, you know, be able to do, you know, very similar things that other apps can do, like, you know, route audio between apps and, you know, control and do everything? Well, I'll show you, because okay, so we just got a little beat going on to kind of show you. But if you go under audio AU extensions, well, there's 3 ApeMatrix icons right here. And so first one I'm gonna go over is the VU meter. So I mean, you have a VU meter up here, and you can, you know, change it to hardware input, output, you know, whatever, which channel inputs and stuff like that. But it's kind of, you know, it's kind of small. And say you want a more robust kind of VU meter, well, there it is. And it's built into ApeMatrix. However they've done their code, you automatically, when you get it, you automatically get the V meter here, which is pretty cool. Right now it's post fader. If we do, right now it's pre fader. So if we do post fader, you know, we can do that, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's bring up something else here. Let's do pre fader, and let's see, oscilloscope. So you can use their oscilloscope inside of whatever other apps you want. So if you know, don't have a good oscilloscope, or you want, you know, a different one or whatever, then, you know, it's got the scope, it's got the spectral, it's got kind of an XY thing going on, and you can scale it down, you can freeze it and kind of see what the wave looks like. You can amp it up or down, you can scale it back so you can see really close, or you can see. So it's a pretty useful oscilloscope, you know, for things. And so that's definitely pretty cool stuff. All right, and so now another thing, which, you know, AUM has buses, and so you could send to bus A, send to bus B, or whatever, and things like that. And so if I could send this audio to mix bus A, you know, have an effect here, add reverb, but what is kind of cool, and it works in audio bus as well, is if you bring up the mix, send, receive option here. And so it's got, these are basically A through P mix buses. So whereas audio AUM only has, they have these mix buses, well, mixer, send, receive has A through P. And so you could load up another mix, send, receive, and press play. And it's sending. I mean, that's pretty cool. So let's just get out of that one and let's go to, let's do a dub station. So we're only hearing the so that's the 100% wet, and then we can bring in the dry as we want to. But it's just kind of cool, and so I don't have to have that. And if I want to kill it, I can do that. If I want to bring it back up, and it might be, this is definitely not necessarily just for effects. And so if you have this at the top of a chain, it won't load up into the sources here. That's the sampler, which I'll hit in just a second. But you could have different buses that you could be switching between. And so say you have different effects, and you could kind of do some glitchy out effects on several different chains and stuff. That's just top of my head what you could do with it. You guys are probably a lot more experimental, or not necessarily experimental, but performance oriented than I am. I just I like diving in and see what all the apps can do. It's your job to figure out how to use it really, really, really cool over the things that I show you. You could have multiple mix and receives, and it kind of, from what I can tell, I don't know exactly how the routing goes. So share audio between plugins. Works as normal AUv3 plugin. 16 buses available. Default bus is A. Badge number is shown. Identical is the actual instance of the plugin. You cannot send or receive audio outside of the host app boundary. There is no proposed limit to the number of plugin instances, and so that's pretty handy. So the last thing I'm going to look at is the sampler, and it's like any other. It's just a sample playback. You've got a tape scrub that you can scrub manually, or you can play it. It'll play with the transport, and you can play things backwards. And so it's a little bit, maybe a little more functionality than the built-in the built-in file playback that's in AUM. You can kind of crop it down if you wanted to, get really small like that. Do some weird things. I really never figured out, the MIDI doesn't seem to respond to anything inside of here. Maybe we need to route something to it. Okay, yeah, that's right. You can use it as a... If I cropped it way down... it's just kind of, it's going to do whatever the playback is. So it's about as small as you can make it. So you can't really, I don't think you can actually turn this into a synth. But, so yeah, so that's a really, it's, I just think it's cool that they developed an app and then they added AUv3s that you could use with other apps and stuff. So that's just kind of cool stuff. All right, so that's playing. And so if you want to import your own samples, and you go over here and you can import, whatever samples via, it'll bring up the docs, but once you're in docs, you can go to wherever you want to. Oh, that's loud. Why is that so loud? My Oh, yeah, that's my kid. I mean, it's just so much fun doing tape scrubbing anything. Because you can get little things like that. Listen to that. And just be able to open this up in, other apps other than ApeMatrix if, that's not your workflow. I mean, just those in itself are worth the price of ApeMatrix just to have, those extra little tools in your arsenal. And so thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful, informative, and just continue to like my videos, share them on your favorite social media site, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, a little bell icon so you're notified when I make new videos. And I guess that's it. So take care, guys.